I don't care about your new little thing.
Yes, you do.
I got my own little
I
thing.
know you do.
Okay, we are live, but hold on. I'm just
Pretty. New little thing.
Yeah.
okay. All right, it's up. Let's share away.
Okay, let's share it.
Tune in.
Is that Mandy?
With
Yes. How you doing, honey?
Sorry, since we last minute decided to bring the giddy, I had to grab some things just in case.
all right, we're going live.
We're going live. All right, honey, just come on and get your seat right there. Put your headphones on. You'll be ready to go.
Let me figure out.
What do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Hey, yo.
And just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
I'm sorry. Gonna make it this.
If you're back.
We are here live at the world premiere of Justice League.
I figured we should be able to.
I don't know, but sorry for the little glitching, which is we're still iron out some new things we're trying to figure out. But welcome to episode number 6, season 1 of the Justice League podcast with your host Tribe and
Freddie Dub, Big Drac. No, I'm not playing hooky this week.
The main host.
Ain't no main host.
No,
we all equal in this. I was the guy that was playing hooky last week. I was in Vegas with my daughters having a very good time. My wallet is not happy with me, to let you guys know. My wallet has revolted totally against me after what happened. So, yeah. And then we got our guy.
It's the Prince in this bitch. You know what it is. And we're going to try to be a little bit more in tune with everything. Just practicing still. So let's get it.
Let's get it. And we have the greatest. You have to introduce you. Tell these folks who you are and what's going on with you. Obviously, I know you well. We all know you well.
Yeah.
A great artist, but I'll turn it over to you and let you give yourself a little introduction.
Word. My name is Mandi Castro, and I am the vocalist for Juniper Black. And I also have a singer-songwriter solo project that I've been working on for about 15 years, actually. Long time. So before that even, but, playing live. So that's been my longest running music obsession, trying to get that launched off. I mean, I call it an obsession because I just, when you do something forever and ever, and then you're like, should I just stop? And then you're like, but I can't. Like, you're just so attached. But yeah. So now I got the best of both worlds now that Juniper Black's involved as well. So
and the better musician at the sisters.
No, I wouldn't say that. But like I said, like I told you at the coffee house, we have totally different everything. So we can't even compare.
She was like,
wait, who's your sister? Who's your sister?
Casey.
Oh, that's what's up. I'm
Yeah.
Casey's producer.
Oh, word. Nice to meet you.
Nice
Wait
to
a
meet
minute.
ya.
You guys don't know each other?
No.
That's crazy.
I know. Well, it's like Casey and I, it's funny because we're both part of the music scene, but we're on kind of different sides. But I do know a lot of people that she knows too. Like maybe, I guess not you, but
yeah.
But I know some. It's not like I don't know anybody on that side.
But yes,
you know.
So she was at the coffee house. She's like, "What are you guys gonna ask me? Talk about?"
Oh, I know.
And I'm like, "Oh, it's just like which one's a better artist? You or your sister?" Type of stuff like that.
No.
So is there like a little sibling rivalry? Has it like musically? Because you guys are both great singers. How is that? Do you guys why don't you have a song together?
You know what? We are planning. That's actually a goal of ours this year. We are planning to do a song together. It's just trying to figure out how we want to merge our styles. It's like, do I want to write something on my acoustic guitar and have us do something kind of acoustic with some like accents? Or do I want to do something on one of her style of tracks, which would be fun because it'd be different, you know.
Why don't you?
But
do both?
but I'm trying to do
That's
like
exactly what
figure
I
out
was
how to
gonna
merge
say.
our sounds because they're very different from each other.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
why don't you do
You
both?
guys should do a song in each other's genre.
Actually, yeah.
That's the way to do that. I think that you guys, it would show range on both of you guys.
That's a really
If
good
you
idea. I don't
guys
know why I
did a
didn't think
song
about it
in
like
both
that.
places, I think that's kind of the direction that you guys should go with that.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about it a lot. I'm like, how are we gonna do this? But then our brother Rob, who's in
Okay.
Juniper Black, he's the guitar player in Juniper Black, and it's like him and I, like we don't even have to try. Like we just are extremely creative together. I don't know how to, but we're also
Yeah.
very close in age. We grew up kind of like twins because we have different moms. Our dad was hoeing around a little bit. So we have different moms, so we're not even a year apart.
Papa was a Rolling Stone, y'all.
You know, he's a very charismatic Southern man, so I'm sure back in the day he
He
really,
was knocking them down.
I'm sure he was. I mean, it's like hard to imagine now, but it's like, yeah, he probably got a lot of girls with that little accent back in the day.
That little twang right there, he twanged into some
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So your mom and dad's not together?
No,
Is she
no.
is she available?
Oh.
I'm just playing.
Yeah, she's-
My mom would be so like she would if she was here, she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, she's the cutest little lady
Casey-
in the world."
Casey is chiming in the comments. He was a whore.
He was
Daddy
hoeing
was a whore, he
around.
says. Wow.
Casey said we want to do both. Low key. He was a whore. I'm glad
He
you know.
was. He was a little bit of he was obviously playing. I mean, me and Rob being born 10 months apart from each other.
I'm glad I only claim the kids that are with.
Oh,
I know,
Poppy.
I know.
I listen.
Ain't no one
that's-
together now. It's
that's-
funny, and no one's with anyone else either. So it's kind of funny.
How is his relationship with your mother?
Good. I mean, they're
Do they-
friends.
are they
I mean, they
friends?
have their moments, obviously, because my dad likes to, poke the bear
Oh,
sometimes.
he'll instigate, and,
Oh,
she,
oh yeah, he
and
likes
she'll
to,
give it
like,
back
do
to him
little
like,
things. Oh yeah, my mom's like, or she won't even.
"Hold
have
on
the
a minute,
She
free
won't-
dick, Willie."
Actually, she won't even give him the time of day if he does stuff like that. So I think that's like her way. But yeah, no, he's honestly friends with both me and Rob's moms. Like still, like we're all just everyone's just friends now.
And,
Wow.
And Rob, he plays piano, right? Or what? Does he
No,
play?
Rob plays guitar in Juniper Black. He can play piano though, and drums.
and that's
I'm really
younger
jealous
brother.
that he can play drums.
That's younger brother, right?
Yeah, 10 months
Okay.
younger than me. Yeah,
And who's
and Casey's the baby out of the family. So
okay? So let me get this right. Dad basically had a baby out of wedlock or whatever, and then went back and had Casey with mom.
well, if you really want to know,
As a matter of
the
fact, yes.
the sibling line started with Whitney, who is the oldest sister,
Okay.
with Rob's mom. That was his first wife in North Carolina.
Oh, so their mom was the first woman
Right,
that
first,
in
yep.
this
And
string of
then
children.
they got divorced or whatever. And then my dad was like, I just want to go out to Montana and be a cowboy. And then he just came out here with
Wow.
some tools and a guitar. And then just, liked it out here and ended up just coming out here to live. And then at some point, Leslie came here, Rob's mom, with Whitney. Well, he was with my mom. My mom was pregnant with me. And then that thing happened with him. And then Rob happened. And
Oh, my man was fence
then
jumping
and
is
then
what he was doing.
for some
He
reason,
sounded like somebody from my family.
for some reason,
So he
him and my mom got back together after they had me or whatever, and they were together for a little bit. But after Casey was born, like I feel like maybe a year or so, they were just done.
So
Right.
he took that
So-
that saying to heart. Save the horse, ride the cowboy, huh?
I guess. Well, he did. It's funny because he really did want to be a cowboy, but he's not. He's a paint contractor though, and he's got a successful paint business. He's
Oh,
been
wow.
running since technically. I found this out at my job. He came in and I work at Thirsty Street Brewing, and he came in and was telling this guy that he'd been painting since 1974, and I actually didn't even know that. I thought that he just started his business when he came out here in the 80s at some point. But that's a long time, It's pretty.
Right.
That's to be respected. What
Right.
he's doing,
So he probably helped what Leonardo da Vinci. paint
Yeah, he
the-
did,
the-
definitely.
What's the
Mhm.
Seventh Chapel or whatever
yeah.
that's called?
The Sistine, yeah,
Sistine
Sistine Chapel, yeah.
Yes,
Oh
yes.
yeah.
But yes, Mandy,
Or your stage name is
Asia.
Aya.
Aya.
I thought it was Asia.
Aya. And I got some new stuff coming out for that. I've actually released 4 songs off the EP already, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm shooting a music video. I've only got one more day left of shots, and then we have everything we need. So I'm real excited for that. And that's for the last song that's coming out.
Are you going to give us a track so we do this segment called Yay or Nay? And we basically let a track is played,
Uh-huh.
and then we just let the folks in the comments decide if you're good or not right there on the spot. Can we
try
have a
it.
yay or nay track?
We can do that.
Yeah,
Let's
so
do
you're
the.
gonna do a live performance of it, right? You
Well,
wanna do that?
I could, but we can do that too. Because I mean,
No, no,
I'm
ju-
not really that warmed up. I brought
Yeah.
my stuff just in case, but
Do you mean we can actually get a live performance from Aya?
yes.
I
But I
think-
wouldn't mind playing a song too because it's got more bells and whistles, and I like it better.
Can we
when
do
it's
both?
Recorded, to be
Tribe, can we do
honest.
both?
Yeah, we can. Just before I came, I hit her up. I'm like, "Are you gonna bring?"
I
Tribe
know.
is on
And
the
what's
money.
funny about that is like I was getting ready to leave. I was ready to go, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick around in
that-
my giddy for a
that-
second before
see
I
that
leave.
man-
And then
that
you
man-
sent me a
That
message,
man,
and I was
that
like,
man's
well,
worth. And you see that? You see
I
that?
guess
He
I'll
was
bring it.
already triangulating right there.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Ah,
Why
yeah.
not? Why
Throw a
not
little
have
bit.
a live performance with the artist that's on?
Yeah.
True.
Sorry,
So I was the only musician in my family growing up. What's it like growing up? It sounds like
In a
family
music
full of
family, the
musicians.
Jacksons of Montana,
Well,
basically.
sometimes I wonder what could have became of us if we were at a different place, to be honest. But like, well, our dad always played guitar just for fun. Like he didn't really play in bands or anything,
Right.
but he just was always jamming, you know, and he's the entertainment at all the family events, and he just gets down. He plays a lot of bluegrass and a huge Beatles fan. So we come from a very Beatles friendly family. And my Aunt Laura, my dad, all of them are just huge fans of the Beatles. So he knows probably almost all their songs. And so he played a lot of Beatles songs and bluegrass stuff when we were growing up, and we just had fun. And then me and Rob would just sneak off with his guitar every now and again. And then he'd get mad because we'd mess it up. Rob would mess it up way more than me, though. He would like
Putting
detune
that thing
it.
out of tune,
and,
and he'd be like, "You guys have
literally-
been messing with my stuff again."
Yep. He'd be like, "Who's been touching my guitar? Y'all leave my guitar alone."
So
Sorry. But then now we all ended up just actually trying to pursue music, which is hilarious.
do you have any music on YouTube?
Yeah, I do. I have yes, I do. I got some stuff up there. I got my Sunshine on there. I'm getting ready to redo that one and make it the way I wanted it in the first place. But I have a really pretty, like, stripped down version of it on there. It's just like piano and cello and vocals. It's very, very pretty.
And what is it under? How can?
Oh, Aya. So just look up AIJA.
Hey, we have a question for you, and I think it's a very important question coming from, I would think, is your brother-in-law, Mr. Jeff Johnson.
Jeff.
He was wondering if you touched his drum set. That has to be out of the Step Brother movie, right?
It is. That's
It gotta
exactly
be
what
out
I
of
thought
Step
of. That's
Brother. That's what I'm
exactly
thinking
what I
about.
thought of. Yeah.
Yes, she put her balls on.
I
your
did. I
drum-
put my nutsack on it.
She put her balls on your drum set, Jeff. So you know.
I claimed it.
We got Tino in the chat. What up, Tino?
What's good? What's good?
Tino Blees, how you doing, man? You got to get out here and get some music done, Tino. Like, you in the chat enough to where you got to figure out a way to get down here and do a song with Prince, man. It's don't you think so, Tribe? That he got to figure out a way to come do a song.
I agree, but most of the time when he's in town, it's with family. He's doing stuff with his family.
Family gathering.
Our
Yeah.
tournaments.
Just 2 hours. Prince is pretty good. He'll get you in and out.
Agree. Casey said we need to see the home video of you and Rob practicing your metal voices.
There's a video that exists. There
There is. We actually haven't found the one we're looking for, but we did find some from Rob. For Rob destroying things with a baseball bat, and it's crazy. I'll show you.
So was he mad, or was he doing
No,
that as
it
part
was-
of making the
This
metal
was-
music?
I feel like this was the culture at that time. If that makes sense, just destruct. I never thought about it that
crazy.
way, but think about it: the 90s and early 2000s, like metal scene in general, which was wonderful. I love that drum, that like Trent tones and all that, And it was kind of an angry era at the same time, and I didn't notice it at the time, but it kind of was.
Yeah.
And so there was just it was just an angry time for metal music. But it was also, so it was defining at the same time, like just a whole
Do you make metal music?
Yeah. So the band Juniper Black is metal.
Okay, that's what
That's a we're like a prog, like a modern prog slash like a splash of 90s new metal in there. So we got some groovy riffs, some breakdowns, like
and then you also have solo music also. Is what you're
yes,
saying.
yes. And the solo stuff is when I play just me, it's just singer songwriter because it's just me and my guitar. I am forming a band behind that soon though. Now that I got all this new stuff done,
Right.
I'm still trying to get my stems, but I have to talk to people I'm working with. I've never worked with stems before live, if that makes sense. That's something I'm completely new with. I've never used backtracks or anything. So, but with this kind of a project, I feel like it's necessary. So I just got to talk to the people I want to work with and be like, what do we need or not need? Or,
Right.
see what Coraline, she's the keyboard player in Juniper Black, see what she can maybe have on her keyboard already, like sounds and stuff,
Right.
So that's going to be new for me, but I think it's necessary. It's just got to happen. But yeah.
I do. So I have a couple of songs that you had sent me back. I'm trying to search through them and find a particular one my kids like. And we were listening to it on our trip to Vegas because we
really?
drove. And I don't know. Do you remember the one you sent me?
I don't remember. If it was a while ago, it might have been If Only.
What
Or
was that
Such
song? It
Sunshine.
was Sunshine. That is the one it is.
Yes.
Yep.
That's my longest song.
It's
It is. That's why I made sure to have a music video with it.
it's
That's the only way I could get people these days to pay attention that long.
the question I have is where are you when you create any given music? Like a thing that excuse me, a thing that I kind of, when I write my own music, I tend to write music based on a time. It's very hard for me to backtrack 10 years and write a song based on it. I like to write in the moment. Do you
Yeah.
do that, or do you do a combination of both, things that happened to you in your childhood and you write based on that? Or where do you feel that you write the best music, emotional music, reflect?
I think it's more in the moment, but there are certain songs that reflect on past events for sure. Especially with the new project, Juniper Black, there's been some lyrics in there that, just kind of came from a lot earlier in my life or like experiences from that. But I do best like in the moment. I pretty much look at music as just a form of expression more than anything else, like creative expression. So however I'm feeling, I'm going to express that through the music, which is why I like to have it set up in certain ways where, I might be picking out one part where it's real slow and then have it go into a part that might be like a higher or a faster tempo, or like I kind of like tempo changes, or like it's called tension. I like adding tension in a way,
Yeah.
like emotionally though. So like it's like I'm not trying to, but I'm hoping, because this is what I get from artists that I love, is whoever the listener is can kind of feel what I'm feeling when they listen to it, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it's very just expressive, which is why it can be a little weird sometimes. I think like I don't really write music to be like what's going to be a hit kind of thing,
Right.
like is this going to be a hit? I never think that way about it. I just decide if like express myself and then decide if I like it or not, and then I put it out if I want.
So do you, and I've had a hard time trying to diagnose exactly what you do as far as genre.
I know.
Because
I know.
you're not you're not a metal person or an alternative. It's like a mix of all this stuff. What lane do you consider yourself?
I've been trying to figure that out for years. I'm going to be honest with you. I tell people that I'm just like alternative indie, and it's just very, very emotional music, pretty much. But it's also not emo technically, so I don't know. It doesn't sound like emo music, but it
And
is
that's
emotional. So.
Yeah, I've just had a really listening to your music and sometimes listening to your tracks back, trying to figure out what do I consider this? If I had to categorize it, or if I was trying to market this,
I know.
what lane would I market this in? And I thought to myself, she must hopefully she knows what she's what it is, or she must struggle with that of where to put
I
it
actually
and
do
how to
struggle
do it.
with that, especially when I upload things and I'm like, what genre do I even put this in? Sometimes it's usually just alternative or acoustic if it's mostly acoustic based, but um yeah, it's hard to I don't know where I fit, and I still don't entirely know who my audience is. I'm still trying to figure that out. I know that my audience consists of metal fans for sure, because even though it's a lot of acoustic stuff, I've noticed a lot of people that are into metal and alternative rock and all that tend to like it.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed as of last year that people that like country, believe it or not, kind of like some of it too, which really, really surprised me because I have no country like I'm not like I just don't write anything country, like it does not sound country to me at
Right.
all. But I surprisingly there's some country people out there that like what I do. I got hired for a party from this couple that clearly liked country music, like that's all they were playing before I started playing, but they really enjoyed my stuff, because he saw me play at Galley's Brewing and just liked it. He said it was just different and he liked how different it was.
So are you guys touring? Are you guys doing gigs mostly?
Well,
Kind of what do you focus on show wise?
right now for Aya, I am trying to get some summer shows set up. I really want to get out of Montana. I want to get to Austin really bad. So I'm trying. I'm kind of thinking about just really flying out there for like a week and just like, cause I don't know anyone out there, and just playing an open mic or two, dropping some cards off, go to a show, experience the town, like get used to it, and like maybe make it a regular thing. Like every now and again, I just go there and do that at other places just to expand myself faster, because otherwise I just don't have a lot of connections outside of Montana. So it's just it's really hard to book yourself, and you have to harass people. And I'm not good at that, but I am about to do it. I haven't done it yet, but I've already decided I'm going to email some places and just email them a lot more than I used to
And
and just see if that helps me.
we had Tucker on last week, and that's what he
That's
said.
what he was saying.
He would call like different businesses every day and
Every day just to keep his name. He said if your name isn't the first one that they can think of, then you'll be the
Exactly.
one that they bring in the door.
Yep. Yeah. So I've got to be a little more ballsy and do that. Juniper Black is recording right now, so we're focused more on getting some stuff recorded and getting some summer shows outside of Billings in Montana, at least, because we've made some good connections with some metal bands in Bozeman and Missoula, and Butte and all that. So we've made some really good connections, and we've only been playing for a couple years now. So I think we're doing I think Juniper Black's actually doing very well, considering just that we haven't been together that long. Like I feel like we've met more people outside of Billings and made more connections than I have with Aya in the 15 years I've been doing this. But in my defense, when I first came on the scene, there just wasn't really a lot. There wasn't much of a scene. Like there was a scene, but there was no places really to record that anyone knew about. There wasn't a ton of venues. There were some, but it just wasn't like now there's more places. Like I can name like at least 3 studios.
That's what I was gonna ask.
You know what I
Where do
mean?
you record?
Well, I've been all over the place because I've had some issues with that. But I've been working with Tyson Kreider in his basement studio with my EP. I actually pre-produced it and recorded it in my closet first just to get it close and like as close as I could to the sound I wanted, because I had a really not great experience recording an album, an EP. Do you remember all that when I
Yep.
released that album in 2018 and all that? That was a very interesting experience because like I worked with a very it was a studio downtown that had everything you needed. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I don't want to like say too much because it's not all like I had some issues at the time
it's
too.
the studio where I learned.
What studio?
It was Amplified.
Oh, Amplified. I thought it was High Def.
But at that time, I mean, I
High Def is
just
where I was
couldn't
learning.
seem to get like my vision across. I just couldn't. I kept trying. It just wasn't quite getting there. The people I worked with, like Drew McDowell and Josh Reedy and stuff like that, they did a really good job, and they tried really hard to try and give me what I wanted. But I just ultimately it was just kind of a mess, So I got some CDs printed. I did the show. The show went really well. Sold a lot of merch. But after that, I knew that I couldn't put that online. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't put this on the internet because it's just not really what I wanted. It's not quite as clean as I wanted it to be. So then I went on a venture trying to get another engineer to help me fix it. And I had at least 2 engineers, Tyson being one of them, say that if I wanted to do anything with it, I'd have to redo the drums because there was bad cables involved, and the room they recorded them in had way too much reverb. I'd have to redo my vocals because the air conditioning was on, which I didn't know. So there's just like basically it's kind of like polishing a turd at this point.
Yeah.
So I decided after all that stress, I'm like, I'm just going to do a whole new project, EP, do as much of it myself as I can. I saved up for a laptop. I got my closet turned into a studio. I worked really hard on it. It took a few, about 4 or 5 years to get it where it's at now, and got an interface, got some plugins. I'm like, all right, I got to figure out my sound.
So you learned.
Yeah, I had to learn.
Yeah.
You got to do, because I just kept feeling let down, by so many people.
Well, I can talk to this, and I think that there's kind of a difference in Billings with this. We have people out here that can engineer good. Obviously, Prince is an engineer producer, right?
Yeah.
You got a lot of folks out here, 99% of them, I'll just be honest with you, that they engineer music. They don't know how to really produce music.
I agree
right?
with that.
And you have a lot of people that think they can produce music that they don't really produce great music, but
Yeah.
they can engineer it, right? And
Yep.
they think because they can engineer that they produce music, but they can't really. What you needed, I think, in that time, and the reason why it was so potentially or possibly convoluted is because those guys were engineering and not producing.
Yeah.
They didn't understand, okay, you're trying to make this song from here, and there's some elements in the song that we need to tackle as we try to get this products out. My experience here in Billings is it's 99% engineers and 1% producers. There are very few real producers in this town
I
that
completely agree
understand
with that.
how you produce a song, right?
Yep.
A lot of people will take offense to what I said right now. But there's a lot of people that, and I've heard everybody's music basically at some point in time. The problem that I've always leaned on is, wow, talented person, great music behind it. It's not produced well.
Yep.
The way that the artist coincides with the music portion doesn't work the way it should work. My assumption is I've had a problem with finding the right lane with that, and I assume you would agree with me that you've had the exact same problem. Like, yeah, he's a great engineer. They don't produce well.
Yeah. And the one thing too, I feel that's missing from some of my solo stuff, except for If Only, because Rich Candelaria, I don't know if you know him, but he did some work on that. And that was off the album. I do think that's my most produced sounding song. Not overly produced too, because I don't like overproduction. But like that
Which
one
can kill
sounds
a
the
song.
most like it could be on the radio probably because it's just the most produced and it's really wonderful. But all the other stuff I've done is really, really great. And Tyson's been the guy I've worked with the best so far. But I do agree to an extent with that because there's certain production qualities I want that's just hard to find
And if
someone
you
to
don't know
help me
how
to
to-
do. And I try to do it myself too. That's why I got all my stuff because I'm very interested in
That's what I was
producing.
gonna say, and that's probably the way a lot of artists should go, is learning how to produce what they want their stuff to sound like, and then, as you do, find an engineer and a final mix master.
Exactly.
Which
Just
I'm
to
sure is what your guy Tyson does
Yep.
for you.
Yep, EQs everything correctly, mixes it correctly. Like, I redid some guitar parts with his plugins because I just had horrible plugins for my guitar.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna use your stuff, obviously.
Yeah, seriously.
But no, he's wonderful. But yeah, there's just a difference between, and there's also people that just have different ideas of how they want to produce music too. Like some people are going more for like
My bad.
like just a straight like you said, they engineer it simple, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's a time and place for that. But then there's other people, like right now Juniper Black's working with Topher from Gloomlight, and if you've listened to any Gloomlight stuff, that stuff sounds like all the bands should be sounding right now. Like
Right.
he obviously
Yeah.
he's very humble, but he obviously has a handle on production. So I'm really excited to see how he's going to produce my voice. It might be like the first time, other than If Only, that my voice will be actually produced, if that makes sense.
Right.
Right.
I'm excited to hear how it'll sound because
And it's just when you deal with a individual that produces, and I'm sure I know Prince, you do this too. They tell you to do stuff sometimes that are against your nature, right? And you're like, what? And they're like, do this, right? because you can't see down the road like they can, right?
Yep.
And you'll be doing it, and you'll be like thinking in the back of your head, like, man, this is bullshit. Like
That did happen to
is
me once,
bullshit.
a long time
and
ago.
then you get down the road and you hear how it comes together, and then you realize, yeah, I think I'm gonna shut the hell up.
Yeah,
when I learn.
literally.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
there's a point in understanding. You give me this and this and this, and when it comes together, it's not going to be what you think it is, and then you hear it, you're like, oh my god, that's crazy.
There's
like,
also
Yeah.
the alternative to that, where I'm sure you're also learning, and you've learned over the years how to navigate being able to kind of set your boundaries to where your producer's giving you so much input, but they still have to follow through on your vision.
Yes. Sorry, I have a really, really froggy voice today. That's so true. And actually, Tyson and I were having such an issue with the last track we were working on because he had a different vision for the intro, which was not bad, but it just wasn't mine. And I just like could not live with it. And we finally got it. But it was just like, it was the first time I feel like we had just like a little bit of like I don't know what to call it. It wasn't like we were like mad at each other or anything. It was just kind of like a little disagreement kind of.
A
And
little bit of friction.
yeah, a
there.
little friction. Thank you. Just a little bit of friction. And but I felt like I was like, I got, this is how I feel. I just have to say it,
Mhm.
because in the past I've let things go just because it was so frustrating. I'm like, "Ugh, okay, whatever, but you can't do that when it's your stuff and you care a lot about it. You just have to be strong enough to say, no, I really like this sound. There's a reason I chose this sound, or,
Right. It's taking input and giving your own.
yes. Yes.
Tribe, what do you think about it? Because you do both too. You engineer and you produce. Now, Tribe, one of the great things about Tribe, and you can always trust him, is he'll tell his kid that his music is trash. Like, I think that's
His kid's
like
music
most-
is not fucking trash.
No, I know it, but he'll do it. Like, there's a level of like him, like I'm going to be the most realest human being around you, because I don't want you thinking other things. And
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Tribe hurts some feelings.
Tribe will hurt your feelings, but he should.
My oldest said I'm his biggest hater.
He tells me that, like, oh, my
I
dad's my
think
biggest
Tribe's
hater.
my only outright hater.
So Tribe, just like when you produce music or you produce people, what are some of the things that you go through when you're trying to help an artist come with a product for what they're looking for? Because everybody tells you this is what I'm looking for, and then as you go through the process, in the back of your head, you're like, if you're doing it that way, you can't get there. How do you go about doing that?
How when I produce, I usually do their sound first, and then I open another file and
Do what
export
you're
it
trying- yeah.
and do what I do. So, and give them like a side by side comparison of what and I had a few artists that didn't like that like, oh, you keep like telling me, oh, I'll show you this, I'll show you, but I have your best interest. I'm not, I'm just behind the scenes.
It's really more work for you at that point.
Yeah, and I always had the best interest of the artist, and because I'm a listener too to your music. I'm not just helping you make your music. I listen, and I kind of know what kind of sound there is, or what is out there. So
I know a guy that I've been working with, and Prince. I brought him to your house.
Yep.
He's was part of a band called Righteous Vendetta.
Oh yeah, I know.
Who they had a major deal, been all over the world. His name is Carl Hyman.
Yep.
He's legit. Like,
he's
a
nasty
legit.
on the
He's
fucking
nasty
beats too. Yeah.
He's nasty and a great producer. He's like Tribe to me. One of the most honest human beings I've ever. He's so honest to a point that it's abrasive, to where he'll be like, yeah, too repetitive. Yeah, I tuned in for about 30 seconds and then it didn't change, so I turned it off. Like, damn, like, for real.
Dang.
But
Wait, is that what he was saying about the song that we?
oh, he's told me that about a few of my songs. Few of them he
man.
likes them a lot. Few of them he's like, yeah, it's the same. But it's the same thing I already heard from him too, though. So, like, you hear it a couple times and it's probably true. You know what I mean? He's like, what a music needs to be this roller coaster, right? If you got on a roller coaster, and this is kind of my analogy that I can give you for what he was trying to give me. If you got on a roller coaster and it was a straight line roller coaster, you wouldn't ride it but one time. But because it does all that loop-de-loop crap or whatever, and your stomach is up and down or whatever, that's a great ride. You'll ride it again, right?
Yep.
Your music needs to have a similar path in the experience, right?
And that's where production comes in.
And that's where a
Literally.
good producer comes in. He
Yes.
can help you do that to where this is a great ride that I want to ride again and again and again and again. It's a straight line. After the straight line, I already pretty much, I don't even need to finish the ride. It's just going to be a straight line.
Yep.
I know where you're at. If I'm a minute in the song, 30 seconds in the song, I don't need to get to 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes. I know what this is like. You're not giving me anything new. I think especially in modern hip hop, it suffers greatly from just that, and obviously the auto tuning.
Oh yeah, the auto tune.
We love the auto tuning, guys. Don't
and-
listen to them.
Auto tuning sometimes is just a symptom of overproducing or compensating for deficiencies in artists. Really, that's really what it is, right? Would you agree with that?
When a motherfucker can't sing.
And
Yes.
me, I'm there. So I'm not speaking and talking about anybody. I'm talking about myself. But there's a place for it, but it can be overused too.
Word. That's exactly how I feel. I used to hate autotune. Like I just despised it.
Then you realized everyone
But
uses it.
I did. I mean, I don't know. I didn't use any of it on my EP because I wasn't sure. I was fine with Tyson doing something like that with it, but he actually told me he didn't, which is fine because we got really good takes.
Does
but
he Melodyne?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I will say on If Only there is one spot where that was the first time I gave permission just to auto-tune something because I was just like I could redo it, but we were working on it for like a whole year and I was just like, like fine, and it's not bad. And after that I did realize that a lot of artists use it. It's just the way you use it.
Yes, not
That's what
overuse,
Tribe was about.
Yeah,
to
just
say.
but
don't
not
overuse it.
overuse it where it sounds robotic.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's not quite what I thought. I think a lot of people like a few years ago, like me, thought that auto tuning was just like the really thick auto tuning, when really there's a lot of other ways people use auto tune without it sounding like that.
Like what do you or share?
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, that was that
Do
kind
you
of
believe in
and
love
that's kind of where it
after love?
kind of started because
She 100% started it in the form that we use it. Before that, it was Zap and Roger.
Zap-
Oh really? Okay, I
It
wasn't
was Roger
sure.
Troutman is the one that came up with the
it was more the talk
manipulation of
box.
vo-
But
the
that was a
box.
talk box. Yeah,
Yes.
that was
That-
different.
It's different, but it's where that's the lineage of where that comes from.
Speaking of a talk box, it's actually
have
my
one,
favorite
actually.
instrument. So
I have
I'll
one.
ask Tribe, do you know the difference between talk box and autotune?
Yes,
What's the difference?
the auto tune you sing, it's through the computer.
You sing into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and then
Talk boxes to the
keyboard, but
and
it's more.
notes.
And
And
you're
back,
not
right.
talking. You're it's the
Yeah.
breath and all that.
That's exactly right.
Sorry, nerd question, but yeah,
Yeah.
it blows the sound into
You know, I have one if you ever want it.
I want to use it. Yes.
I have one.
I've never heard a talk box
You've never heard one, or you never heard of?
yeah.
Hey, can you name a song
You-
with it that should get
Bounce to the ounce.
Bounce to the ounce.
More
Computer
bounce
love.
to the ounce. Much more bounce.
Hold on, I'll pull it.
California love?
That's
Oh,
that,
that
yes.
one. Okay, I know that
That's
one.
a talk box.
California
That's a
love.
talk box. And the guy Roger Troutman, who was
Oh, he's gonna show us what a talk
Oh,
box
okay.
is.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, you can't really see it over there.
This
but-
is-
What up, Jason?
What up, Black? I see you in there too. And this is is Dennis Martinez Tino.
That's Tino Bleezy.
He says, I used to use the hell out of autotune, LOL.
Tino can legit. He is.
Because he's your guys'
Would
R&B singer or
would
whatever.
you honestly? Would you rate Tino as probably the best male singer that we've had out of here? That was out here.
Wow,
Is
I
anybody
appreciate
better than
that.
him?
I
Besides being me.
appreciate that.
Huh?
Besides being me.
I would rank. Yeah, Be Me is up there too. I would still rank Tino.
All right, Tino, they're ranking you past me. They're ranking you past
Yeah, Tino.
Josh. They're ranking
Oh
you
yeah, he's.
past-
Oh yes,
Tino's the
way,
truth, like-
way past
yeah,
you guys.
Tino.
No,
Tino's
you
in
know
a-
the Josh I'm talking about, the country artist. I went to high school with
No,
him.
no, he's
I'll pull it up.
Tino is a heavyweight on. He's just a heavyweight. Like
We got to get one
legit.
of his songs then too on
Yeah.
our or next, so I can
Yeah.
hear.
Oh, here we go.
In Tino's straight, he don't
No.
shit behind his vocal.
Have to be. I
He's that
believe
guy,
it when
yeah.
because man, I'll have to give it a listen. Did we get that video up?
Yeah, hold on. It's just
Perfect.
all right.
Here we go.
We adding it to the stage.
This is a talk box for all you guys that didn't know. I can't believe you didn't know what a talk box was.
No, never heard of that.
Okay, let's play this.
Always learning.
All right. This is
Let's zap and rock.
this is
Oh, and that's the part right there too. That was the part.
sorry. It's just we're still learning this this setup.
Here we go. We're back. So how can you listen to some of that stuff? Do you dance around your house when you clean up and sing your own music? Or do you
Actually,
sing other
I mean,
songs?
I have, but other ones too. I was actually doing that earlier. I was getting ready. I like to put headphones on, which I know is weird, but like when I do my makeup sometimes, I like to put headphones in and like jam out. And I don't know, just party in the bathroom while I'm getting
I think the greatest thing,
ready.
I can tell you this, I think the greatest thing that I watch for me is when my 3 and 4-year-olds jam out to my music. And I don't think I've seen anything better in my life to watch them, try to mimic a parent. And I know your daughter, who is she a junior or senior?
She's a senior.
So yeah, we will be at graduate at graduation together,
That's
right?
so-
In
isn't
May.
that so weird though?
Our daughters are the same
I
age.
can't believe it. Like, oh my god, I just can't believe
May 26th.
it. My Nana Bun, Lexi Castro.
So where's your graduation party? Would you like to converge yours with ours?
Where's yours going to be at? We actually did. We were doing ours at Veterans Park.
Jason, we're doing it here. Graduation party is going to be at Bullwhackers.
Well, we might. I mean, but we did already reserve Veterans Park.
Sorry,
for
Jason.
now.
I'm telling them where it's going to be. But yeah. So we there's going to be some other kids that are graduating too, and watching my daughter graduate. I got to keep it together. That day.
I know.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
be
keep it together.
crying for sure.
Tribe, you've
I know
been
I'm
there,
gonna cry.
so you already know where I'm going on this, and where she's going on this too. So
I
did
still
you
got
cry?
10 years.
Did I cry? No.
Not at all.
No, but
did
you know,
you-
I felt proud that
Yeah.
my oldest graduated, you know, just because where I come from.
Right. Yeah.
Moving down here to Billings, I was counted out.
Yeah.
I was told, like, the principal back where I'm from, you know, told the wife that because my last name back home is kind of bad, and they're like, don't get associated with so and so. Yeah,
You got adults hate on you as a child.
yes,
That's
as
crazy,
a child.
right? Yeah.
And that I wasn't gonna make it anywhere or do anything. You know, I was just gonna drop out of school, be like my uncles and all that. But you know, I had to prove them wrong. And watching my son graduate was like a proud moment.
He's going, and to you too, Mom, and I know Dad is in there too,
Yeah.
and you guys get to watch. You know, wow, we at least got him to hear.
Exactly.
And,
It's just crazy because, you know, I had Lexi in high school, so she was like 2.5 or so when I graduated, and it's just really weird to think about that and to think that she's about to graduate. And I don't know, it's like we grew up together, you know, which sometimes I apologize to her for. But we're very close. Lexi and I are very, very close. We have a very good relationship, and we're pretty much each other's best friends. I'm ultimately her mother, and I've had to obviously do the mom stuff, but at times. But for the most part, you know, she's a real good kid. She didn't get into any of the situations that I obviously got into when I was a teenager. You know, she didn't get into like hard drugs and shit, and she didn't, you know, because I was just a really bad mental case when I was a teenager. And just went off the deep end. And but after I had her, obviously I had to clean myself up, you know?
Right.
So, and I did, and that was a situation. And but you know, I ultimately feel like situations like that can make you stronger, you know what I mean?
Yes.
I really feel that because that
absolutely.
was very, very strange to go to school. The way people treat you when you're a pregnant teen like that is really, really uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And it's like you're having the kid, you're doing your best, but you still got all this judgment on you at all times, you know?
I would think it's probably a little
So-
different now because everybody's having kids, but yeah, I would remember kind of the same thing with having kids young.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And especially too, because I was an alternative kid, and I couldn't believe how many times adults would make really weird comments to me about like what kind of parent I was because of like a band tee I was wearing or something. You know, it's weird. You know, it's like I don't think that relates to what kind of parent somebody is because they are a fan of a certain style of music or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that has nothing to do with it. But when you're a young and impressionable teen and you're going through all this, it definitely makes you feel insecure for a while, you know. And I was a little
Absolutely.
insecure for a while and just, you know, tried to change myself a little bit to like fit the mold of what a mom was supposed to be. But luckily I snapped out of that I snapped out of that.
And how
I was
how
like,
could you not? You're young. I mean,
Well, yeah.
you don't know who you quite are yet. We're figuring out. We're all doing it.
yeah.
It's always been confusing to me how adults operate with that. I've even in my own self with my own kids had to kind of check myself about certain aspects of certain things to realize that they're kids. They're going to do kid things. There's a reason why you can't run for president until you're 35. It's built in. to how our society is, that you're probably going to screw up a little bit when you're younger,
Oh, for
and
sure.
there needs to be some give in that. So sometimes when you have older folks that are very judgmental when it comes to kids, there's a level of ignorance in that, and I understand that or some people think that they're coming from a good place with it, but I'm not necessarily sure how helpful that is all the time. So
Yeah.
you need to have some perspective and be realistic, because the funny thing is, I found out things about my parents that they did when they were my age that they clearly and coincidentally left all that out.
That is my mom to a T, by the way.
You think that they're the second coming of the Virgin Mary, and they were wilder than you, right? And you're like, wow, you really set up here as a sanctimonious human being, and you were way worse, doing way worse stuff than what I was doing. Like, that's crazy that you think that that's not in how you reflect to me. Is like, doing this because I did boom, boom, boom. They always leave the what they did part totally out of it.
That's what my mom used to do. She just did not want to talk about her past ever. And she was, dude, my mom. So she was very into the church community and didn't drink, didn't smoke, stopped drinking and smoking like right after she had Casey.
Right.
So I pretty much grew up with a mom that did not drink or smoke, went to church, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so when she'd get on me as a teenager, like catching me, smoking weed, whatever,
Right.
She would just, in my head, I'm like, she just doesn't understand anything, right? But then when I met some old friends of hers, like a few years later, turns out she was selling weed in North Park and shit.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, your mama
doing
was
stuff.
wild." So that I got the.
But she just didn't tell us. But our dad, on the other hand, told us everything. He's like, I was naked in the woods doing acid and all this, and he just told us everything. Like, our mom didn't say anything.
My father was literally one of the most straight-laced human beings, strict human beings, Air Force guy, all these things, right?
Yeah.
Didn't know that he had a rebel bone in his body whatsoever. His mom had passed away. I was 18 at the time, and he's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So we went back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to this funeral, and I'm with my uncles and my dad. So my cousins, they a little wild out there or whatever. They want me to go with them. My dad's like, I'm 18, my dad too. My dad's like, you can't go. So there's some, like, I live on my own, bro. You like, I live on my own at home. That's not, I'm gonna go type of thing. So there's some pushback. So my dad's older sister, who I figured out wore the pants in that family, told my dad to shut up. It's the first time I ever seen a woman tell my dad to shut up, and he did it. So she was like, and they call him Big Frederick. So she was like, Big Frederick, shut up. Little Fred going, he's going. And my dad, he didn't say nothing, and I was like, what? What's this? Like, I ain't never seen this. So my dad went and pouted. It was wild, right? I was like, oh my God, what's going on here? So I'm sitting with my uncles later on that night. He's like, yeah, man, I don't know what's wrong with your dad. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, oh, he's over here acting like he a goody two shoes. Man, your dad was the weed man out here.
Jason's popping in over here. What's good?
He was? I'm like, my dad was? He was like, oh, yeah. He used to hold it under his seat in the car. My dad was. So I'm just, these parents, sanctimonious parents that pretend like, you would be better served as, I'm not saying you have to glorify that, but at least show your kids that you can go from here to here and walk through all that stuff. Did you have that stuff with your parents to where they were doing things clearly that you found out in later life that they were on your back about, and you were like, man?
No, we had like 100% freedom. We got to do whatever the fuck we want. Yes,
I got you.
Yes, we did.
I think, at that age, at high school, I had my own freedom because I moved out when I was like 14 and a half.
When I was a freshman in high school, I went to prom. My mom went down to Great Falls to pick us up our tuxes, and we threw a house party in her house while she was gone. And and when she got back, we helped her carrying groceries and all that, and she didn't know we threw the house party, but
That's
Well, now
funny.
she
That almost
does.
sounds like a movie.
yeah, she found out because there was a bunch of stuff in the garbage can, but
Yeah, a bunch of beer cans and shit.
but she didn't say anything about it. It was just like, yeah, because she knew we were gonna do it anyways. So
I'm not prescribing you go out and you drink with your kids at 17. That's not what I'm saying or whatever, but have some interaction with your children so that the distance between them isn't so far.
Yeah.
That you can't communicate with them.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Especially in the world that we live in now, and it's so damn fast that you have to be connected with your kid, and there has to be some realisticness that, you know, if you catch your kid out smoking weed, it ain't the worst thing on the planet.
I feel like
you might not agree with it. It still ain't the worst thing on the planet. So
I feel
so
like
have
this
some
guy's
perspective.
trying to give me a lesson saying here.
Hey,
Well, what?
I just brought my fourth daughter home yesterday, bro.
Right.
Let me just chill, man.
Hill said the house party was fun though. Yeah.
Hill was there too.
Yeah,
That's what he
'cause-
said. They were together. in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had vodka and all
he
that.
threw the party in her favor for taking him to prom.
No, I didn't go to prom with her. She got kicked out of school.
Oh,
She was in a bomb threat.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's his tribe's mom. Tribe's mom.
Tribe mom babied him. Did your mom baby you? Are you your mom's baby?
She babied me all the time. I'm the third to the.
But you're her.
youngest.
Or so you're the apple child.
Yes,
The apple of her eye. Okay.
Yes. But no. We had like a couple bottles, half a gallons of vodka, and we put glow sticks in there. And a couple of friends were like wasted, so we tried to hide it from them, but they kept finding it because
you put the glow. Why did you put the glow sticks in them? Just to look
because
cool?
it was cool. At the
right, right.
But yeah,
You know, if I put glow sticks in my drink and I was at the bar, you know, this guy would call me fruity and shit.
yeah, because you would be in a little cup. I had it in a whole half a gallon bottle.
This
what a
guy
difference.
came. This guy partied with us one time at the bar, and he was the reason of every single choice that got made. We had to figure out, can we get more shots?
Listen,
over. Guys, you guys don't
There's
need
nothing
any
wrong
more
with
shots. Play
instigating from
darts.
time to time, right? You got to instigate from time. Try. What do you think?
You know, I got to be the grandfather of these guys. You know, just
That's OG to us.
yeah, make sure they're doing it right and not trying to get stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know you don't drink anymore. What? I don't know if that's something you want to talk about. Your experience with that.
Actually, I can talk about that because my whole EP is kind of based around the recovery and a couple songs written like during like a really bad time. It's almost like if you listen to it all the way through that I would like, I mean, the way I'd like it to be set up, it's kind of like a story in a way. But yeah, I just came on 5 years sober off alcohol.
Congrats.
Not weed, because I know people sometimes are like, oh, but you smoke weed. Like, but it's not the same.
Yeah,
Weed is
July-
It's not
a
the
drug.
same, okay?
July will
But
be my
weed
5
does not
years.
ruin my life and make me do dumb shit, and yeah, and I don't end up in jail. So, but no, it kind of just I have a tendency to have I have very self-destructive tendencies that started at a very young age, and I think that like when I had Lexi as young as I did, and I immediately was like, all right, I got to clean up my act, and I didn't go to any parties. I just went to school and worked and was a mom, and like I kind of feel like I kept my head down for the most part. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm a parent now. I don't want to, it's not her fault. She's here. I got to do this,
Yeah.
But it was, I kind of think that I bottled up a lot of stuff, and I should have been in therapy at that time and wasn't, and just life kept going and going. And, I just was doing my thing. And before I knew it, I started noticing, I started actually wondering if I was an alcoholic. I started noticing things. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is a problem, because it started becoming a crutch for everything, like every single thing. And I was severely depressed for a really long time too. And it was like never ending. I feel like I was like in like a clinical depression for at least a year, because I remember just like thinking about it and being like, it's been months. Like, when is this going to end?
Right.
Because a lot of times when you have those problems, they come and go. Like at some point it goes away, and then you're kind of all right for a while, and then, you know, it might come back. But it was like never ending. And I was just questioning everything in my life, and honestly wilding out a little bit. And I was everywhere. I was at every show. I didn't want to be home very much. I don't know. I felt really trapped, and I don't know. It was weird. It was a really weird switch in my brain, and I started just relying on alcohol. But I was also very didn't want anyone to know, obviously. So I was very sneaky about it. But I had it on me at all times. I was more intoxicated than more people would think. I ended up having a really high tolerance, believe it or not. But I was drinking just whiskey, Rumplemans a lot because it's 100 proof. But I was drinking heavy, like hard liquor a lot. And even when I knew I shouldn't and I wanted to not do that to myself, I would feel so sick. I felt like I had to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I would only last about 2 or 3 days, and I would feel so sick and so horrible, and I would just do it again. And of course, it caught up with me, and I got caught. You know, I got 2 DUIs from like 3 weeks from each other. I totaled my car in the second one. I went to jail. I felt like a total failure, you know, but you know, it just had to happen that way. Unfortunately, it just had to happen. I needed my eyes to be opened up. I needed to realize. I did have one relapse after that, though, one while I was in treatment, and that was actually the nail in the coffin for alcohol for me. When I ended up in jail one more time, and I was by myself in there crying, that's when I knew. I was like, you don't drink like a normal person. You don't stop. You tried to drink like a normal person to beat the system, but my brain just doesn't work that way.
Won't allow you to.
My brain likes to overdo everything. I mean, I've overdone water before. I'm serious. Like flushed almost all the sodium out of my system and had to like cut back on water. I do it with coffee. I've done it with nicotine. I mean, I just have a very addictive personality. I just do. And that's just that. And I just was like, am I going to let this ruin my life and let things get worse? Or am I going to stand up and say no to this shit, you know, like I'm letting this liquid control my life, you know, and I also contribute that to the failure of my album a little bit too. That's why I was saying earlier, like I wouldn't say all the blame is on the studio. Some of it was on me too, because I was intoxicated a lot of the time I was in there because I was not very confident in the studio. And I'm too picky. Like I'm extremely critical of myself, you know, and so I would have a shot or two to not be so critical. But I also think that hindered my performances in some parts and hindered the way I was thinking about it. Because if I was thinking straight, I would have left the studio. You know what I'm saying? I would have just stopped the whole thing and been like, all right, we need to pull back, cancel this show. This isn't coming out the way it should. But because I was intoxicated so much and emotional and just all over the place, I just would not give up on it. I was just like, nope, this album's going to be good. There's no way it can't be good because this is a nice studio. Just keep going. But then it turned out to just blow up in my face.
Wow.
So yeah. So it's just a really long story.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
You were saying that you've overdone water, nicotine, alcohol, caffeine. Do you feel like you have a control on smoking marijuana? Or
believe it or not, that's the only one I've never had an issue with.
That's what I have an issue with.
I've never had an issue with weed. I don't know what it is. Like I just smoke in the evening and I'm fine. Like I don't smoke during the day because I'd like to. I just get so relaxed that I just won't do anything. So
you gotta
and I have a lot. Yes, like, but weed's the only thing. But everything else, I mean, food. I have problems with food too. I'm trying to fix that right now.
We all?
Yeah,
I have some issues with food, you know,
So,
either I don't eat enough or I binge eat. It's like I have not a good in between, but I am working on that. I have a food app on my phone. I have my little watch. Like I'm like trying to get my shit together in that right now.
I see you drinking a tea.
Yes. And I overdo this a little bit too.
When did you find like the Kava House?
A couple years ago.
Yeah. Do you think it helps you?
It does. Like I do understand that I need to like probably cut down on it sometimes because I do push the buttons on these sometimes, but at the same time I know it's not as bad as alcohol, and it helps me get through my days. It just does. And I work at a brewery too. It does a little bit.
Oh yes, it
And
does.
I've never had
and
it,
working
so
at a brewery, like I do need something because I still have triggers at times, and I work around alcohol, so I have to have something like this
what
there
does
to
it
kind of.
what does it feel like?
It
Oh,
feels
it-
kind of euphoric a little bit, doesn't
it,
it?
it takes away that anxiety that you, when you take a first shot of alcohol, it takes away like
So I need
Yeah.
that for our show.
so
Yeah.
because
Go try it seriously.
and that's what I do. Like when I'm in a big crowd of people, I bring kava with me, and it just mellows me
Yeah,
out.
It
'cause-
does. It gives you like kind of I call it like like you feel focused, but you also don't feel jittery and like, all tense. Like you're kind of just chill. And I'm a very intense person without trying. So I need all the I need all the things to help keep me just chill.
See, but I'm the opposite of intense. I don't like. I don't know. He calls it introverted. I just say I don't like to go out. But if I know Tribe's kind of the same way, so I feel like if I might try it if Tribe's recommending.
You
Yeah,
should. It's really been a lifesaver for me, for
And-
sure.
And there's a lot of people that go in there that have testimonies of kava helping them.
Yes.
I found kava a few years back, and
He's my daughter is there a lot. He sees my daughter more than I see her now because she's at Kava all the damn time. So
and it's safe for you.
Yeah.
It's you could drink kava and drive home.
Yeah.
without a
Literally,
problem.
yeah. Yeah,
Not
just
like
it
alcohol.
helps
And
keep your head straight in a way, you know.
and just to make a point of what I was saying earlier, when I said Tribe was partying with us, he was not drinking that night. Just I don't want to feel I don't want anyone to think I was outing him. He was not drinking.
No,
That's why he was taking care of everybody.
and Tribe,
There's people that see me out and they know I don't drink. I could go out and party on my birthday. The wife was
Right, she took your shots for you.
She took all my shots for me.
Yep.
And
hey, we had honestly talked about some of your stuff on the radio show, and I know
Thank you, Jason and Bullwhackers.
Thank you.
He's gonna have me try a
we love
kava
you.
drink.
Yay.
Jason is the best, you guys.
and this
Thank
is the
you.
Mitronine, the kava. They have kava in there.
They have great
Oh,
one.
Kratom
Do you
ones
want to
are
come?
good.
Do you want to say what you have? Do you want to say what you have real quick
So,
since you brought
no,
them in? Or you
so
know?
so these are Mitronine. You could come down to the vape and smoke shop down at 1519 Broadwater. They just opened last Monday, 2 Mondays ago or so. Yeah, so you could get these. You could get the vapes that.
And it tastes really good.
Yeah.
These are amazing.
Oh, those are pretty good. I never had one of these before. Oh wow,
Well,
Yeah,
thank you for
it-
caring.
But-
thank you.
pretty good.
Thank you.
Come down. Get your Mitronine.
That tastes way better than I thought it was gonna
Oh, that
taste.
tastes pretty good.
The,
It tastes really
the
good.
creamsicle one's really good.
That's really good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good.
This is sparkling
I'm actually
lemonade.
shocked at how good this
Single serve kind of
tastes.
like
Like
Mio.
this tastes way better than I
Tastes
thought it
really
was going to
good.
take.
And we have these at Thirsty Street too. So
Yeah.
if I don't have my tea, I can just grab one of these sometimes.
Yes, and they starting to put Mitronine in bars now for people that don't drink.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna, kind of give your experience with alcohol and yet Tribe hasn't. I don't think he's drank for 6 or 7 years.
5
years?
July will go
5
5
years?
years. Yeah.
And just kind of your journey to getting you to where you're out. And I think a more important thing, and Mandy, if you could to a certain extent give us your viewpoint on this, is when you have had a issue with anything, and in this particular case, let's say alcohol, how do you implement yourself back into society or a social circle when the social circle still there's alcohol there?
In the beginning, like I kind of had to stay out of bars for like the first year. Like I remember that I had a moment. I was supposed to I was at the pub station and I was supposed to perform a collaboration song with Nyat. And it was like I was freshly sober, like just started to get sober, and I was standing in there and I like had this really weird, I don't know if you call it a panic attack, but it was very anxiety ridden and I just couldn't be in that environment and I just left. And I normally am not like that. I am professional about what I do and everything. But my friend they're friends of mine. They did understand ultimately, and they played the song anyway. But like, I just like had to just leave, and it was a really emotional moment. Actually, I cried after I got in my car because it was just like I want to, like, how am I going to do this? Like, this is hard, you know. But I feel like for the first year, I might have played a couple gigs here and there, but like if I wasn't playing a gig, I just was like not really at any bars or anything. And then I worked at a restaurant for a little bit to try and like they had alcohol there, but it was a restaurant, you know, so it was like not as like I wasn't really like I wasn't a bartender or nothing. I
Right.
just was doing food. And then when I felt strong about 3 years into my sobriety, I felt strong enough to go apply at Thirsty Street because I just needed another job. The place I was working at was just horrific. I can't even talk. It was so bad. I'm like, I just have to get out of here. And I just figured pouring beers was easy, and that was my favorite brewery back in the, you know, when I did drink, and I like the owners. So I thought, why not work here? I think I could probably work around beer and wine, you know, but I don't know if I could work around liquor. Liquor still triggers me a lot, especially
I'm
whiskey.
trying to remember. Is Thirsty Street the one down by where I used to live on
That was
Second?
where Local 2.
The Locals Only 2 was. It was
Yeah.
just right by my
Yes.
house, across the
Yes.
street by the vape, not the vape shop, but Discontent down there.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Just trying to remember where it was.
So with the alcohol, I didn't have a problem. The wife had a problem. She saw, you know, because I would have a beer here and there, like daily, and spending money. And I would just, we would argue about it, but she says I get mean when I drink, but I just get friendly. But yes, and so I quit just because I had that mindset that when I quit something, I could quit 100%. And
Right.
when I was drinking, or I was on my way back home, I was making some money back bootlegging on the reservation. But and I was drunk. Coming back home, and I hate that feeling. I call them hangarounds because my hangover would last like 3-4 days.
Holy
Yes,
shit! The worst I've had was 2.
Yeah, no, it came in like stages, and
Yeah, the waves and
in the like the third or fourth day, I would be that would where my tiredness would come, and so I was driving back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop drinking, and you know, the wife was like, okay, probably rolled her eyes because she know I wasn't going to, but then after that, it was just like I could go to bars and all that because she still drank. She's like, I'm gonna quit drinking too, then to support you, but it was like, no, dude, you know, do what you do. And she still goes to bars, but it was just like, yeah, I could do this. I still hung out at bars, and you know, I still got those temptations, and I still get them, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, I could drink if I want because I chose not to drink, so I'm gonna take a drink.
right.
But I'm like, nah,
But
I don't
you
want
don't
to
do it.
I don't want to throw away all these years of
Right.
you know, being sober.
And I don't think mine is a similar. I think it's harder what you guys have had to deal with. Which you will probably laugh at, was known in my younger life as the guy you wanted to chief with. Everybody want to smoke, and that's what I did, and or whatever.
Right.
And
That's what they call me these days. So.
and once I was gonna have my first daughter, I decided it just made you. Me personally, it made you too lethargic, and I didn't want to do it anymore or whatever, and just cold turkey never did it. Didn't do it one day and never did it again. Right.
The
Doesn't
funniest-
mean I hated it. I never not hated it. I just made a decision for my family not to do it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
The question that I have, and hold on, I got one question with
No,
this.
you're good. You're good. You're
So
good.
the question that I have is, people were real weird with me that in my circle right after I didn't do it. And I don't know if some of this was me and some of it was them, because we really didn't so much of my life was predicated on the way a conversation is initiated. Eating, everything was around that thing, and then everything flourished from that. Once I didn't do it anymore, I was lost. Like I didn't like my appetite was messed up for a long time. I didn't really the conversations with people changed. I felt like a lot of the stuff that we talked about was stupid. Like when I wasn't like I was like, is this what we were doing? Like there's some ignorance to like how we were to and I felt some type of way from judging other people now that I don't do it. So now I'm holier than now. Now I found glory and now I'm better. It took me a while to get to a point to where I could be in a room, and if that's what you guys were doing, I didn't want to do it anymore, and I had a proper dynamic with people. With alcohol and people that have that were drinking with you in those times when you were doing it, how did you relate to them? And how did they relate to you once you weren't doing it anymore? Because there's like this weird dynamic that you
I know what
have
you're
with
talking
people with
about.
that.
Well, first of all, some people just were, like you said, just shocked and are way too curious about why you're not drinking anymore. But I think actually a lot of people in my circle, like like I told my friend Demi, immediately I'm like, girl, because we partied a lot together. And I'm like, girl, I was like, okay, I was like, I have to be honest with people close to me, and I actually do have a problem with alcohol. Because at first everyone was kind of like, oh, she just has to be good for a while and then she can go back, right?
Right.
But that wasn't the case, and I had to like be upfront with that. It's like it's really not just that it's a legal thing; it's an actual problem, and this is just showing that I need to actually do something about this. And I was really nervous about like our friendship, like what are we gonna do? And it actually became better because she ended up stopping drinking with me like maybe a week or two after that. She's like, hey, I'm stopping too. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then we became each other's buddies when we went to places, to keep each other in check.
Right.
And now, I mean, we still go to shows and stuff. We just keep each other in check. We don't drink. We go out to dinner together. We go to TJ Maxx together. Like the other day, we go do yoga together. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a whole nother dynamic of a friendship that we discovered when we both stopped drinking, which is crazy. Because before we had a great friendship. She's been my friend since high school, and we'd dress cute. We go to these metal shows mostly, and we would get wasted and just party, and that was just our main relationship was getting
Yeah.
wasted at these shows together. And now it's just blossomed into I feel like more mature friendship, like
I
Well, it
agree with
sounds
that.
like a healthier friendship. Right?
it does,
Tribe, how did the people around you when you decided or when you weren't drinking and the people that had at different times drank with you, how was that dynamic with you? And were people receptive to it, or was there a little bit of apprehension behind because they really don't know how to come at you anymore? When some of what we do together was involved this, and now my dynamic with you needs to be different because we don't do this. But then, well, that's really all we did together. So, how did you deal with that?
I just was straightforward with the told them, I'm not drinking, and they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, but I can still hang out, because it's not tempting to me, so I could just
You said that the first time we were at the bar with you. I tried
Yeah.
to get you a drink, and you said I don't drink. I said sorry, and you said no, I'll still hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and it was, I guess, very easy for me because that's kind of the mindset I had.
Right.
A lot of people don't have it, and I'm not trying to be, one up on anyone but it was just because even with food, like right now, I'm on a strict diet.
Wait,
Yes,
can I
me
hear how much you
too. Well, I
lost?
wouldn't
Can
say
I hear how much
strict
you lost?
diet, but I'm trying to eat clean.
Can I hear how much you lost? I know what
I'm
you
on
were
a
at the
strict
other
diet.
day.
I'm on Billings last diet, so that's like strict. Like I want this, but I can't.
So, what can you eat on this diet? Like, give me an idea of like how.
Wait, before that, how much have you lost?
I lost 17 pounds on this diet
Yes,
in
sir.
2 weeks.
Hell
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
dude. Hell
Golf
yeah.
clap
That's
for that shit.
awesome.
So yeah, it's a ideal protein diet where you
Sorry, Fred, I had to ask.
breakfast you get your protein, you get the protein from Billings last diet. It's either a shake or whatever edible
Right.
thing.
Right. Yes.
And then lunch, same thing.
Is that what you were drinking?
Yeah,
right
I was
before
drinking
this?
a chocolate shake. And lunch, you do the exact same thing: a packet, and then 2 cups of vegetables. So that's why I was eating my pickles because
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Then you get a snack, and then dinner you get your either 4 to 6 ounces of whole protein like chicken, steak, whatever. So I get to cook.
Is that relatively fast for like their program? What you've lost, is that relatively fast? Because I don't think I've ever heard of anybody losing
That's
that
kind of
much.
normal.
That's normal.
So you, like the first couple weeks, you're cleaning your guts out. So
Okay.
you're all of that toxin you have in your gut,
Yeah,
and blah blah
yeah.
blah. So I'm gonna start dropping stuff, but then I'm gonna plateau for a while,
Right.
and then my body will get back into it. So I'll drop.
And we're still on that goal 100 this year.
Yeah, but again, I was talking to the.
I think he can do it. I think he can do it.
guarantee
But I
he
was talking
can.
to the wife. If I start to look scary skinny, then I'm gonna cut
Put
my
some- yeah.
kind of cut and start.
cut it.
Are you working out while you're doing
You
this
can't
diet?
work out.
You
on
can't
this
work out.
diet
Okay.
because you need all those calories.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a strict diet.
He looks slimmer. I told him when I came in,
he
I was
looks
like,
good.
Yeah.
Look,
Hey,
you
what
little-
17
slimmer.
pounds, 17 pounds, and 7 inches. So whatever 7 inches.
Well, where-
7
wait,
inches on your waist?
The-
Or
the-
you
I-
grew
oh,
7
God.
inches.
I'm like, where'd you lose
Oh,
7
both.
inches at? That's terrible.
What they say,
Oh my God.
you lose 10
That's
pounds, you gain an inch
terrible.
or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So, so
I
yeah.
was gonna hug him right now, like, oh,
Oh
man,
shit, we are so proud
we
of
gotta
you.
hug Hillary. Oh, I'm sorry, man. What's going on?
But
over there?
no, because they measure all your waistlines.
So
and
do
all
they
that,
keep
so-
measuring it? Do you
So it's
keep a
not-
measurement of it?
yeah,
You mean
every
it's
2
not
weeks.
7
Okay.
inches. It's 7 inches altogether, and what you
I
lost.
think so. I haven't
Okay.
I haven't asked about that, but
No, that's
Jason's back there trying to whip out his Drake.
yeah. He's trying to turn the camera around.
Knocking tables over back there and stuff. Yes, sir.
But yeah,
yes, sir.
Look, like Hill said, Tribe was still in the bars buying everyone drinks, and that's what
And
I do.
he does that. Yeah.
I'll let you get fucked up for me.
You know,
I'll let you deal
honestly,
with the sickness and all that.
I think it's a strong because a lot of times when you're in a relationship, if a individual has a problem, the other one just naturally goes over or whatever. I think it's big of you to do what you wanted to do, but still allow your spouse or your significant other to live their life. Because there's an unfairness to that too, though. You know what I mean? You're dictating other people's lives based on you. And I know from a societal standpoint, we're taught to do that as being a good person in the relationship. But I think that I don't want you not to do you because of what I do. I
Yeah.
need to be strong regardless of what
Yes.
you do. And there's a significance to my partnership with you that, like, I got me on this. You do you. I need to have some responsibility in how this
Yes.
goes too, though. You know what I mean? So, but Tribe has a great partner
And-
too in Hill, though. So
Oh,
I
yes.
mean, they're a tag team. You know, they're
She's
like the Road Warriors or the Heart Foundation.
I was
mean,
gonna steal his joke, but I just can't do it. Maddie said that the other day that you said that she was your wife. She thought that was funny. I was about to do it too, but I can't do it. I
Well,
just can't
do
bring- I
it.
can't
You
bring
could
the
have
joke-
her. Hey,
I can't bring
Hill,
the joke
Hill,
out.
Hill, do you want some
You want
This
some
is a
young Prince,
24-year-old black
or
chocolate?
not some young Prince, some other Prince. Young Prince is her son.
yeah.
You don't want no young
Hell
Prince.
no.
You want some other Prince. Yeah. I did make it awkward.
He doesn't want the young prince.
Hill was like,
Wah,
I was
wah,
ready to
wah,
stop drinking, and I
wah.
don't drink often, but if we are out, I love to have a beer or two with dinner, or once in a while hit the bars. But yeah, go ahead, Prince. Take Hill. Maddie's still my
She's
my little
she's in the comments laughing, bruh.
yeah. She's my snow
Ain't
bunny.
got nothing to say.
Maddie's
That's my
your snow bunny?
Yes.
And Hill is your native bunny
Pocahontas.
now. Yo, your Pocahontas bunny now. Okay.
I shouldn't have said anything. I was holding myself back.
On this edition of Wife Swap.
This is why we all. That'd be such a weird dynamic. There's no way.
Right. But so we're kind of getting. Yeah, let's get let's get to the music
Yeah, that's
segment.
what I
of
was
this.
gonna
Oh
say.
yes.
Let's do it.
Actually, we
you-
could just play the warning signs video, just to kind of give people an idea of like I had this video made just as like a marketing thing to give people an idea of like the subject matter and stuff of the whole EP because the EP is titled Warning Signs. So yeah, I mean we can just do that.
Oh yeah. And Hill,
it's
I'm
also really
working
short,
on
so,
I'm
'cause it's
working
an
on getting
interlude.
bigger.
My ex-wife used to give me warning signs too. It usually started with "shut the fuck up."
Hill
Did
was
you see
like,
that, Tribe?
Hill was like, sorry, I only like guys who is stronger than me.
Oh my
Hill
God.
was like,
Hey,
I can beat
hey,
you up.
hey. All I can say is Tribe will vouch. I have been getting bigger in the last year, have I not? I've been getting bigger. I still get my ass whipped by you, Hill, but I've been getting bigger.
Did
and-
Hillary just carry Micah into the bedroom?
Threw me against the wall.
ripped his clothes off.
Kept telling him,
Be
"Be
quiet.
quiet."
Okay. So Blaze was like, Blaze said, "Let me get a redemption song."
He wants last week. Do you want me to email it to you?
Yeah, email it. You know, he came in with a song and it was a nay like all around and yes. Oh yeah, you were here.
Wait a minute. Hill said she's gonna.
Oh yeah, you
Hold on. Hill said she's gonna tell Prince, lay down in her Debo voice. Tuck your chain in, y'all. Hill's coming. Tuck your chain in.
Bro, I'm not trying to get my ass whooped. We love you, Hill. Why are we talking about beating me up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get bullied by a tribeswoman.
Did I hear Debo? He's ass.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
All right.
Eh,
What you got on this love session, Prince?
So, and we're playing her song. I'm sorry. I was thinking to myself, I'm sending you this right now.
What
But
was
Blaze, you gotta wait.
Um,
We are
Warning
playing her song.
signs.
Warning
Aya.
signs. Aya.
This is Aya, and what is your band name again for your not solo
June,
music?
Juniper
Pain
Black.
is love.
Hell yeah.
And we do have a single out
Hill is something else.
for that too.
A
but-
single out, and you guys are working on your album
Yeah.
slash EP.
Yes.
Do you guys have
So-
like a date when that's like gonna be?
Well, we've only got me and Coraline left for the next song right now, and we're really just gonna do each song.
How did you come up with this particular song here? So we're gonna be playing warning signs here in just a second. What was your inspiration for coming up with this?
So actually, so this is technically an interlude. It's not a full song, but it derived from, I don't know if I call it a poem or not, but there's like some like sheets of paper that I would write where I would write like a whole sheet or two sheets, and it wouldn't necessarily look like a song, like song lyrics, but it would kind of look like poetry. But I was just like expressing stuff, and basically I wrote this Morning Signs, and it was initially 2 sheets of paper long.
Oh, wow.
But I started playing this. I just started playing this on piano. I don't know, and just really feeling it, and it felt just like I just want to record it. And so, really playing the piano inspired me to record that. And then that's when it dawned on me that that could be that, but I just had to cut it back, like cut it really short. So I just picked out like certain parts of it that really like resonated with me, and decided to make it an interlude. And I'm really proud of this one. This was like one of the first songs that I like produced on my own that I like thought was really cool, and I was shocked I even made it. But of course, it wouldn't sound as good if Tyson didn't.
Right.
Oh God, because it
All right.
doesn't. It was a little, I don't know, a little wonky until it got to him.
So you want to introduce it?
Warning signs.
By Aya.
By
All right, hold on. It's just the internet and all of the.
And this is shot by Alienated Productions, by the way.
That's what I was gonna ask later. Is where you got your music videos, but there you go.
Are they looking for business too? Are they a growing company?
Yeah, no, Alienated's amazing. Sunshine was done by Jasper James from Excalibur Pictures, and Corey Young also helped on that. And then the music video I'm shooting right now is Jasper and Corey together. So I mostly do stuff with them, but I also like doing stuff with Alienated sometimes too, because they're also really cool.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
Internet's
Let's
killing us.
I can download it if we want to play something. In the meantime,
Yeah,
I can get it downloading on there.
yeah. Let's. How about let's do a your live song real quick. As we pull up
Yeah,
some.
1 second. Let me get my guitar out for a minute.
We
Yeah.
get a
'Cause I
live
do have kind of a
performance
froggy
from
voice today, so
Aya.
let's see if I'm even capable.
I'm jumping around like Tribe doesn't know how to do this. Like he's never downloaded anything off of YouTube before.
Yeah.
Like he's not the guy. He's the guy.
As if he wasn't doing my
Like
job
he's the
before I
guy.
was born.
So how many and I hope we can hear you as far as your live performances on like radio or whatever. Do people ask you to do it a lot? Do you do it a lot? Oh wow!
8
So
years ago.
this is pretty cool then. Okay.
I just had the busiest weekend ever, and my voice was just, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to work shows, like work a venue, where I'm serving because you have to yell so much.
The guy behind you has a venue.
All you gotta do is talk to me.
Yes.
He runs this.
When you work the shows,
Mm.
you're constantly yelling because no one can hear anything.
Right.
That is really bad for your vocals. And
Yeah.
I'm very, very aware of that, but I'm just not quite ready to leave Thirsty Street yet. But I'm very aware that it's very hard on my vocal cords to be doing that. And I did it last night, so we had a very busy show last night. I'm gonna do it again tonight.
Yes.
So as we get set up and ready, come down to Bullwhackers Lounge. They have 9 pool tables.
9 pool tables.
They're open.
9.
They're open 4 to close. Come have a drink. Let
Play
loose.
some pool.
Let loose.
Hang out, enjoy each other, socialize a little bit, and just enjoy yourself here, man. It's a great place to come.
Yes, and
You know what I mean?
come check out the
This
local
shit
shows.
is good.
It really is good. I'm not even kidding, man. It's really
I'm trying to drink
it,
it slow.
it was better than I thought. I was like, oh,
Is
this
it numbing
pre-
your tongue yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit is dope.
Yeah.
But I've never had it before, so I probably got a low
this is what my
tolerance.
daughter been over here doing, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's good. And then also Bullwhackers Casino. They have 5 U1 games. Those are your Vegas style games.
Come win money, baby.
Win some money.
I keep seeing it. I say it every week, but I still see it on my Snapchat. All my friends are winning. I don't gamble, so I don't come, but I see it every week. Come win money.
Come
Yeah,
win some
there-
money.
There's money to win. And then the new Smoke and Vape opened 2 weeks ago. Princess got one from there.
Yeah, Tribe got it for me because I was running
Yeah.
late, but just got one. Yeah,
Oh yeah. How does it?
it works.
That's all that matters.
you can
Yeah,
ask
it works.
in any vape shop is that they have the working products and it works.
Yes, they have cigars, vapes, pipes, kratom, knives,
Kava.
Kava. This is Mitra 9, and it's cheaper than other places in town.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's not as big of a markup when you're not in a actual bar or whatever.
Yes,
Since they're in the vape shop.
Okay, my little sister Kelly Bug, she's in the chat. She said
What's going on, Kelly?
hello. Yeah,
What's the age difference between you and her?
I think she just turned 27. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like 10.
So your little sister's
11.
still older than me.
Yes.
You're a baby, Prince. You're
I don't
you're-
feel like one anymore. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like a baby anymore.
Oh, don't worry. Them kids gonna put them on you.
To y'all maybe, but like to me, you guys are OG, but I don't feel like a baby anymore. I did a couple years ago. Like I wanted people to treat me like I was younger than them and stuff, but you know how like
Is that why you still sat at the kids' table in a high chair?
fuck no, hell no. But you know how like when you're younger, you kind of go around and like you want people to like, hey buddy, how you like that? Like treat
Yeah.
you kind of like that. I was like that a few years ago, and I just realized, fuck no, people are not taking me serious.
Oh, that's funny, man.
Are we getting into? Are we playing last week while we
Yeah,
were?
we're gonna play last.
Where's Jason?
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta ask you about this. Hill in the comment section said Tribe loves to gamble, but only if his
He's
mom
playing
takes him to the
Blaze's
casino
redemption
with her.
song.
Yeah,
Is that true?
because my mom's a huge gambler, so
So she'll put the money in the machine for you.
she won't put it in, but yeah, she gives me money to put it in.
All right, Blaze. I hope
you
you
had to
in here.
clarify that. Like, no,
Not,
I do it myself. What are you trying to say,
yeah, unlike Prince, you know.
Jay? What's
I
up,
don't want to
Jay?
hear it.
I gotta hear this next
Hey,
song.
no, that's not Jay. That's the white Freddie
I'm
Dub.
the white,
The white
Freddie
Freddie
Dub.
Dub. The white Freddie Dub.
White.
You're
White.
good looking. You good looking white guy, Freddie Dub. I like it though. You know.
All right, so this is Last Week by Blaze. He's trying to redeem himself from last week.
And
Let's
I'm
go,
on,
Blaze.
I'm on the hook.
Let's go, Blaze.
I'm on the hook of this one.
Yeah. Bro, I got a fucking story to tell you.
What we're talking about.
I was talking to my bro about what I did last week. I was with my bitch, I had to get all in the mass chicks. Nah, I ain't even trying to brag, but I'm bragging. Baby too fine, looking hot like a dragon. I been fucking smoking with my niggas, body bagging. I be chilling with my bitch, you know she bout that action. Nah, catch me in the streets, I'm never fucking slacking. Big beast
All right,
on
here's
my body,
Blaze's
put it
redemption
on my
right here.
jacket. This my time to go, tell you all what we did last week. Dropped a couple blues, couple hunters on the ass cheeks. But I'm loyal, if you wanna know, then just ask me. Drop an anvil, murder scene, looking just like Acme. Feeling like I'm Goku, going loco. She like Coco, you want smoke food, I'ma show you what a big fofo do. Like a cop, I'm going robo, incredible. I poked you non-stop on the gas, I'm going dummy like a dodo. Yeah, I smoke the gas in my homie, he be spazzing, passing a big blunt. Now in mind, steady crafting, making music, having fun. Yeah, the speaker steady blasting. He already told you I'm burning like a dragon. I was talking to my bro about what I did last week. I was with my bitch, I had to get all in the mass chicks. Nah,
Yay
I ain't
or nay on that, y'all. Yay or nay. That's
Yay
what we
or
want to
nay?
know.
What do you guys think?
So we'll let Tribe and Jason start.
I still do a nay. It's not ready for our show yet, but you know that was better than last week. That was
That was way better than last week. You know, but even one of the things that we pointed out last week too was, you know, just the whole breathing technique. You know, and
What was this all recorded at the same time? Or
This one was after that one. It was on the visit before last week. So it was probably 3-4 weeks, 5 weeks ago now.
Okay, so we got a yay from Hill.
all right, yay! I feel like I feel that.
What you think, Tino? You got to give us a nay or a yay.
Yeah, I don't know what that emoji means. Is that good or bad?
Well, he's gonna have to tell us here real quick. So it's a nay. We got a yay from Hill.
All right, let's get back to Jason.
I mean,
No. If you like the beat, is the Tino, is the song a yay or a nay? So in the comment section, you guys type yay or nay, just one word.
Okay,
What
yay
we
or
say?
nay, and your explanation.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah,
because
yeah.
we need the critique.
yeah. So let's get the critique. I forgot.
The
Blake.
white Freddie Dub.
No, Blake.
Oh,
Whoa, he didn't like the hook. Okay, all right, Blake. I appreciate that.
That
What
was
do you
all
think it
Prince.
needs? What? Yeah, that was me. That was all me on the hook. What do you think about that?
What's his name?
Oh, Steezy.
Steezy.
Yeah.
Like,
Sorry, I was.
my bad.
You're getting
Steezy.
old.
Yeah, I'm getting
So,
old.
so Jay, is it a nay or yay?
I'm just gonna say, as of now, it's still a nay. It's better than the last one.
Okay.
Okay,
But
so he's going the right
they're
direction.
They're still in. You know, I like the direction that he's going.
And
you
that
know-
was newer than the first song you heard. too.
Yeah. So you know, he's listening to what we're saying, and you know,
But I think this was already recorded.
This one
before
was
Ro-
already recorded,
was it?
but
So-
he sent this in listening to what you were saying. Yes.
Oh.
This is why he wanted that one played.
it's
So-
better than the last one.
So Hill says she liked the hook actually. So
Thank you.
did you like the hook? What did you feel about the hook? Was that
The second one has more vocals, if that's what Blake was saying.
Yes, and I was.
What were you
Like-
going for on that hook? Just
so
curious.
the whole moral of the song is that's why I said that in the beginning. I was talking to my bros and I telling them about what I had got into last week. So I got into some crazy shit, did this, did that. And that is kind of the story of the song. Like you're chilling with your bros and tell them what you were doing.
I wasn't paying attention because I knew it was Micah's voice, so I wasn't paying attention. I was
that is a good point, though. Like we were listening for
He was listening for
Blaze.
Blaze.
Yeah. So so I can't
Yeah,
tell
actually,
you about
That's
the
why I
hook.
was
That's
like,
fact.
where were you going with the hook? Because I wasn't like so much paying attention to that part. I was just more
Right.
trying to see, But I mean, like I said, as far as me, like I like it better than the last song. Fred
All right,
giggling with little schoolgirl.
we're not gonna make this a thing, I'm not getting beat up.
So Blake says a nay. Tribe has a nay. Tino has a unique perspective, which he said yay because I seen where he was going, but the delivery was a nay.
Okay.
Yes. Hill said, "I'll beat Prince up if that hook wasn't to my liking."
She's gonna debo your ass.
I feel it coming.
I'm gonna give it a nay. What I think is, I don't think it wasn't quite radio ready.
Yeah, I think she's
yet.
tuning her.
Definitely better than the one last week, but there's still some ground to cover.
Did you hear the one last week?
Yeah.
There's still not, and this is not saying that it's terrible. This
No,
is
no,
not
no,
this
no.
is not what I'm saying. I'm saying as far as what this show is, we're going to try to be honest with artists. I think, with where they're trying to go, which is to have their music on the radio or big time or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that song is there yet.
Hey,
Would you guys agree?
I look at it this way. I like Blueface, but I can't stand 90% of his songs. There's only certain songs I like. And
You probably watch his
Reality TV show.
Yeah, reality TV show.
no, I haven't even seen it. I didn't even know he had a reality TV show.
I don't
Really?
Yeah.
I don't. The funny thing about Blueface is I don't even like the Tatiana song. I don't like it. I don't think it's particularly.
I want to see you
I
bust
like
now.
it, but I kind of like that new one. What's that new one he has out?
I don't know.
I kind of like that one a little bit more.
So
I don't like follow him, but like if I hear a song that has that's really catchy and stuff, I'll listen to it. But as far as like, I'm not like sitting there going, "Oh, he's got a new song out this week. I gotta go listen to it now."
So
I'm not a Swiftie,
Right? Yeah.
not
not
a
a
Swiftie.
Are you wearing it?
You got some stuff to go do. You gonna just do that?
Yep.
Don't even get Hill started. Like, don't even lead her over there. She's off of my back.
get her
today.
off my back. and put her back on
Okay,
your
No,
back.
I like her comment, but she gonna put them dreadlocks in a headlock.
Fucking God, bro. Oh my fucking God.
That's funny.
Instead of a hug, I'll give him a headlock to his dreadlock.
She's a rapper too.
She is. Yeah. Clearly she has talent.
Yes. Blake said, "Seems put together to me, but I do appreciate the direction of it. I'd like to take just a little more time and re-record."
By put together, does he mean rushed, like thrown
Yeah,
together?
I think so. That's what he meant. It's rushed and Blaze said, "Just curious, who is the last artist that actually caught your attention and made you a fan?"
I think Black was the one the last one I got
LOB?
you. Yep.
Yeah, LOB. Yes. So
Well, yeah, because Black was after Stacking. You guys like Stacking and you like Black, but they were both rapping.
Fred's his Swiftie shirt, but
Hill
yes.
out here snitching.
Blaze actually has a song coming out with Black that maybe we'll do that one in the future.
All right. But
That's what I'm looking forward to, actually.
But we're getting close to the end of the show. We
So
need to
we
get.
have-
We
she's
gotta
just
we gotta have
Aya.
Aya.
She's in the bathroom.
Oh, she's in the bathroom. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit.
We'll
She's
end-
gonna
we'll
come.
end the show on her live music. How does that sound?
Yeah,
have
we
her
could-
the
we
show
could
with the
end
live
this-
music.
Okay.
Oh, here she is, ready to go. But we're gonna
Tino.
end the show with the live music anyway.
I want to hear what? Oh, ooh.
I want to hear "Ooh" from Big Fred, and that is a '90s. That boy,
we were going.
Tino
to today,
bringing
but
it
the-
back for me,
the
man.
YouTube is-
Love you, Tino.
The first two shows we had Fred songs.
Yep, we did.
Okay.
We're doing live now, okay? So there needs to be a Freddie Dub song.
Jason,
That's
I'll kiss
true.
you.
All right, all right,
I'll
let's
come
do
and
it.
kiss you in your hot mouth. You better be cool, man.
All right, and this is what are we playing?
Well, I had an idea. What if I played this song I'm gonna play, and then we played that song after that to see like the difference?
Oh, cool.
Would
Yeah.
that be cool?
Yes.
Like to see like what it became.
Okay,
But
All righty. Let's do it.
and this is warning signs.
this actually isn't. This is Fool's Gold.
Okay. Fool's Gold.
Actually, I Warning Signs was not written on guitar first, which is very unusual, but that was purely a piano song. But I apologize if there's some frogginess because I do have a froggy voice today. I'm gonna try though. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable.
Oh, I like that. Yes.
All right.
Here we go.
It pays to be short sometimes. It does. Woo. This is titled Fool's Gold off my EP Warning Signs. Oh my God, I'm nervous. It's been a long time since I've done something like this.
Breaking ground.
Here, one second. This is too muffled for me. There we go. When I was young, I would dream so big and capable of seeing through this myth that I could be someone, that I could be something more. Oh boy, my eyes were wide. And to say I want it, and to say that it feels so good. All these complications. Anymore I feel like a fool. And to say I need it. Validation is what I crave. But I know it's just my ego. Playing games. Ooh. I've never been so confused in all my life. I have this habit that I bury all the dirt deep inside. Too scared to let you in. Too scared to let you see me. I just wanna break free. And to say I want it. And to say that it feels so good. All these complications. Anymore I feel like a fool. And to say I need it. Validation is what I crave. But I know it's just my ego. Playing games. Ooh. Ooh.
That was good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tino
Thank
said
you.
that's dope. Kind of remind me a lot of Marset.
Oh, nice.
And he says I want to do an acoustic album so bad.
Yeah, it sounded good, especially for live. A lot of singers can't
She
perform
can't.
their stuff live,
Yeah,
and it sounded good live.
Thank you.
So you did a great job. Thank you for
Thank
blessing
you.
us.
Thank you for making me feel comfortable
Oh
to do
yes.
this.
Yeah, I
Oh
had
my
to
gosh.
I had to throw a little
I know. I heard when you did that, kind
Little-
of caught me by surprise. I was
little
like, "Wait,
effect
is
on
it?"
your voice, you know.
Thank you.
Yes.
It is, like I said, it's a little froggy right now.
But no, it just
Oh.
it kind of brings the performance a little
Mhm.
step above. But we're getting close to the end of the show. We got that warning sign with the TVs and stuff.
Yep, plopping on in the background.
So
Yeah.
Word.
yes.
Wonk, wonk, wonk,
Yes. I
wonk.
know I'd like to do it a little longer.
So what before we go, what do you think about the show and our how this is a little different what we're trying to do with
I
this whole
love
thing?
it.
It's a little,
This is really fun. Like
pretty-
we're just chilling and talking, and like it's really fun.
So this is a better vibe than the other place.
Which other place?
The station?
The other station.
Oh well, I like them too.
No,
But-
our show.
Yeah,
when you
but
were
it is
on,
a little bit different. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you can cuss here, so that's cool.
right?
I don't think you fucking cussed once, but yeah, you could definitely cuss.
But you can. So
Hill said, "Got a little Alanis Morissette, Nora Jones, and MIA."
Yeah,
Mix."
Nora Jones, I would say. I don't
Yes.
know who
Nice.
Alanis Morissette is, but Nora Jones, yeah, definitely.
And he claims to be the best producer,
Bro,
So
That's
do
okay.
not get me
Yes.
started.
I will say though the difference between what we do here and what we previously done at the radio station and some of the radio station shows, we can clearly go deeper in depth on things than they can, which
Mhm.
they're handicapped on that. So I think we have a unique place to where you can come and talk a little bit deeper about your experience, where you've been, your
Yeah.
music. It's obviously a more chill vibe. I don't know. You probably felt a little pressure at first, but I felt like as we started to go along, you started to
yes.
be like, "Oh, okay,
The
this
kava started
this is-
kicking in.
I know, right?
This is okay.
Mm.
This is this is okay." So
I actually just remembered that I did play on that mixtape on Q2, and I haven't posted it or like let anyone know because, no offense, nothing against them, but it was so quick that it was just like totally weird as hell, and I felt super uncomfortable the whole time.
Oh, what
And
mixtape?
it was weird. It's called Magic City Mixtape, and I performed this song and Want on there, and I personally don't think, well, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm a horrible morning person, so my God, I mean, I don't know, but I performed them. I personally don't think I performed them to the greatest of my abilities, but my one second. It's my dad. I'll call him back. But anyway, my
No,
point
the-
is
the-
though
the
is that
man whore,
this
right?
was way more yes. This was way more relaxed than that because it was nothing against like the people. Like I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit about the station. The station's fine. They have to do things really quick, but like I was just so confused because when I like plugged in with all my stuff too, like they had a monitor and I didn't, and I actually couldn't hear myself very well at all.
which is hard.
And it doesn't give you a lot of
know.
confidence too. Like if you
Yeah.
don't hear any reverb or nothing on your voice and you're just like
Yes.
standing there, it was super awkward. So yes, this was a much better, like I know I said I haven't done this in a while, but no, I actually did. I just think it was so it was so stressful. I just blocked it out. But I feel like I should eventually share those, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they're not as bad as I think, but not up to my par. My standards are a little higher than that.
Right.
All right. So, is there any shout outs you'd like where
Yes.
people can find your
Yes.
music or any stuff like that?
You can find my solo stuff, Aya Music, AIJA. I have Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and all of them should be Aya Music. So I'm trying to make them all the same. And then Juniper Black is also Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. My next solo show, I'm going to be opening up for a duo at Thirsty Street on April 12th. And then Juniper Black's upcoming gig is going to be May 17th at Craft Local with oh my gosh, Blood of Lilith is an all-female metal band out of Denver, Colorado, and then we just added Rip Sickly to it also.
So, and you can find all that on Thirsty Street's page.
Yes, you can find that on Thirsty Street's page or Craft Locals page or any of the Facebook pages from Aya or Juniper Black.
Is your music on all platforms?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Yes, I do have music out on Spotify, iTunes, Apple, all that stuff. Deezer.
And the warning sign that we couldn't play that came out a couple months ago, right? The music video, so you can find that on YouTube.
Yes.
AIJA.
And I do have a new music video coming out, so keep an eye out for that. It's gonna be cool.
So, AIJA music, is that?
Yes. No, you could look up AIJA Vivo, VEVO. That's how I found it. So, yes, thank you for coming on. We appreciate you coming on.
Absolutely, we appreciate you.
I'd like to send a shout out to the wife, Hill. Shout out to my son, Miles, for holding it down.
Miles,
it down.
big boy Miles, yes.
Throwing bodies around.
Yeah, throwing bodies around, making kids cry.
Yeah.
He goes up. He goes up tomorrow in the wrestling to wrestle for first or second or third. So, but he's
championship finals.
So it's AAU state wrestling tournament this weekend. So yeah,
shout out to Miles. And obviously, I want to give a shout out to Tribe and Prince and Aya. I also want to give a shout out to Jason and Tucker and me playing hooky last week when I was in.
I just had Tops before I came here.
Oh, you did? Good. Tops. You guys go to Tops.
Hold on. Micah been at Tops almost like every day now.
Have you really?
Yes. Well, I'm obsessed, but my woman is fucking obsessed with those sandwiches.
You're good. My wife.
My wife.
My wife. Tribe Snow Bunny.
And yeah, I've been there. I
and
think
come with
we've
us
gone
next Saturday
3 or 4
on a
times.
new episode of Wife Swap.
Hell no. My shout out is to my wife and my kids and just getting my baby home yesterday. So we were just going to be relaxing.
Congratulations on that baby girl.
Thank you. She is beautiful, man. Thank you.
And obviously, shout out to the kids. Shout out to Bullwhackers and all Cloud Vapes.
Cloud Vape,
no, Bullwhackers Vapes.
Bullwhackers Vapes.
Yeah, smoking vapes.
Smoking vapes. I apologize. Smoking vapes. And
Bullwhackers Lounge,
Bullwhackers Lounge, Bullwhackers Casino.
We will not see you at Clouds Vapes, guys.
Ever. You can't go. Smoking vapes.
Yes. Come down to Smoking Vapes for all your vaping, tobacco, any needs, and your Mitronine.
Yes.
Kratom, Kava.
And it definitely did kick in.
So are we promoting Kava in hopes that they sponsor the show at some point too?
You know what? I should get a sponsorship from them.
Yes,
I should, because I'm always talking about this shit.
Hit up Toonie.
I should get a sponsorship.
So is Toonie going to give us a sponsorship for the Just Us League podcast for Kava? Toonie.
Not if I get there first.
If I quit drinking, maybe that should be in the
Toonie
in the future.
Yes, but again, this is episode number 6, season 1.
Yeah.
We are signing out. See you next week from 2 to 4 ish.
Thank you, Jason, for the run over, my friend.
So Jason, Bullwhackers are gonna pay us overtime.
Yes.
And we are out. See you next week. This has been
Bye.
the Justice League.
The Justice League.